of individuals who wish to address the council on items that are not on the agenda. First, I'd like to hear from Barbara or Elizabeth Rice. There we go.
Hi, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you. I really appreciate the service you all do, and I just have an issue about the embezzlement that really came to light in the Acorn the other day. And I spoke with a lot of people after that because it was really disturbing to me. And, you know, people just felt really appalled, disgusted, shamed. And I think the problem is not that people feel, you know, some kind of meanness to this guy that did it, but it's really the disparity in justice when we have people that steal a lot of money and don't really feel the consequences, and other people have very severe consequences for much lesser crimes that they commit. And I went down to talk to the police chief on Monday after I read the newspaper, and her account of, I mean, she basically said she wasn't involved with this at all, that she heard in passing about there was a potential embezzlement. She didn't really know whether it happened, invited, you know, a complaint to be filed and evidence brought, and didn't happen. And so she didn't really even know if there was embezzlement. So she wasn't condoning not bringing charges, which is what it seemed like from the way the Acorn wrote the piece. And I just feel like, you know, when you embezzle something, it's not generally like one check that you're writing. It's a series of thefts. Over and over again, this person is committing theft. And so it's something that's very significant. And for me, I'd rather be beat up, get 2 black eyes and a bunch of bruises than steal $24,000 from me. That's a lot of money. It's like the amount of money some people earn in a year, or some people even less than that. It's just significant. And like, it's $950 is grand theft. And it was a few years ago, it was only $450 was grand theft. And this is $24,000. And this guy's going to leave. I mean, a lot of time embezzlers, they leave the community, and he has no record. He's free to go to the next place, join some kind of volunteer organization, and do the same thing someplace else. And I just see this in contrast to the way we treat, like other people. Like, I went to the sheriff's blotter, and I thought, like, do we give like 1/10 of the mercy to those people? We don't. It's like people that are on the other side of the track, we think of them as different. They're different. They, you know, I don't know, in my mind, we used to think of somebody on the other side of the track, whether they have mental illness, they're impulsive from ADHD, you know, they have drug addiction. We are very harsh in our criminal justice system. And if we're going to be harsh with people, we need to do it evenly. And I think part of that then comes down to, like, there's an appearance of impropriety for people that don't file charges, because it makes it seem like it's okay in your mind, and it's not okay.
Can I?
Defense, I mean, it's really, there's a lot of it going on. I have a friend in Camarillo whose preschool co-op was embezzled $50,000, and the police didn't want to press charges, and she had to, you know, take steps to get somebody involved to press charges. I don't think they're in that place again, that they will press charges.
Okay, can we stop right there? Let me, before we go any further, because there's a couple of things like this on here, and you have to know the true facts, which you don't. One of those is that I did discuss this with the police chief to let her know what I had discovered, because I'm one of those on the board, a board, not me making a decision, the board make the decision. And when I discovered this problem, of course, we had to do a lot of pulling checks and everything to get it, but we got it. And I solved it, okay? Went to the police chief and said, what choices do we have? Because if we put him in prison, with no prior record and almost 60 years old, we put him in prison and we don't get our money back, period. We lose $24,000. Or do I have that choice of getting to pay it all back right now so we don't lose our money? And for the Fiesta, that's a lot. And we make 20-something thousand for the kids every year. For the youth at the school, they have to work for it. But those teams and other things make money. If we had lost that, that would have hurt us. Now let me finish. I took the information to the board, okay, to let them know, here's the choices we have. We can get the money back. It's got to be now. It's now long term. Or he can go to prison and we lose. We don't have money. So we, as a board, the whole board, not me, I presented it to them because I was not president and let them know the facts. At that time, the board decided, even though they really were angry at what he did to us, very angry, but the board decided they'd rather get their money back, and when he was told, you got this choice, you're going to prison or you got the money now, he got it. His father in Florida, 94-year-old father, called me to make sure I knew that he'd be sending him the money. So we got almost all that money back, and he's got a few more months to pay monthly payments to finish the rest of it, and it's done. So $24,000 wasn't lost. We regained that. We regained that. No, it wasn't lost. We've regained $20,000 right away. Now, we're going to have all of it. And a question I had of the police chief is, if he didn't pay that payment toward the end of the year, it's over? Can I still press charges? And he said yes. So he knows he's got to finish this up in the next few months. But he gave us 20 right away. And so we are at least thankful we have money to operate the Fiesta on and help kids in the community. That's it. Okay.
I understand that, but that's not like sending him to prison and then getting the money back. There's like a whole gradation in between. He didn't need to go to prison. He could have had restitution.
No. I was a probation officer. Let me tell you something real quick, so you know.
I'm not sure we can get into.
Probation officers can't pull money if you don't have money. I used to gather the money. That's restitution.
Excuse me.
It's not a city matter.
I know. Please go. We're done. Next up. Next person.